Friday, July 27th, 2022. I'm at lunch at my W2. Man, the rain has not been as bad today as they forecasted. Thank God, because we don't need any more flooding in St. Louis. My sons are back home. Everything is okay. Not perfect. Some damage done to their home. There's the smell and all of that. But it's livable. They're okay. That's the main thing. Hopefully my son will get his truck towed today. I asked him if he needed, I gave him some cash yesterday. I asked him if he needed more. He said no. So hopefully everything's okay. Thank God. We did have one death here in St. Louis. All flash flooding. No, a levee didn't break, and the rivers didn't flood. All from creeks and the fact that the drainage systems couldn't keep up with 12 inches of rain. I think at one point there was 8 inches of rain in 7 hours, and they said it was 100-year rain. Wow. That's all I have to say about all of it, but it's okay, thank God. So, that's not exactly what I want to talk about. I'm not working again tonight. Let's go over kind of why. Why? There's no incentive to. I got 2 separate texts from Walmart on Monday. They said, hey, we're going to be busy in your zone this week. We're going to be sending out some great incentives, blah, blah, blah. And then they came out and they were like that, $72 for 18 deliveries. To even get half of that, you got to make 12. So getting them, if you're working after work, getting 6 deliveries in, even if you get off at 5 o'clock, is awful tough when Walmart closes at 10. So then they had a morning incentive, no night incentive at all. So just nothing for people who work after work. Okay. Well, then I won't work after work, unless, I deem it necessary. Working after work is kind of a rough deal right now anyway, because, these stores are such a mess. I've had 3 separate days in a row where I worked at night. Saturday wasn't that bad, but so it's like 3 out of 4. The last Wednesday I've talked about, it was just unbelievably bad. Everywhere I went, it was a 30-minute wait. And then this last Sunday was just ridiculous. Only bringing out half the order. Then they gave the order to 2 separate people. I had a situation where people were just totally goofing off. There's no supervision. It's all kids, or mostly kids. They're short-staffed. The whole 9 yards. And it's worse at night than it is during the day, probably because of the supervision issue. It doesn't look like there's any supervision. That the supervision is done, I know, at one of the stores by a kid that's under 21. Now he's working. He's making money. He's I guess some kind of supervisor. So right on. But what can you really expect? And then it's just, you only got a short period of time, right? When you work after work, you got 3 or 4 hours to just really rock and roll, and then it's over just that quick. So if you have any problems or many problems, man, it's tough to make any money. Not to say I haven't made a ton of money at night, because I have. I made 4 Mondays in a row. I made over $190. So it's not impossible or anything like that. But it's worse now that they've cut everybody's hours. They did that, a couple months ago. And, have added orders. The stores seem to get backed up a lot more now. Some tips to get around that. Let's talk about that. number one, figure out what stores are horrible and stay away from them. Like I don't even touch the Telegraph store at all. Very, very rarely. I try to stay away from Kirkwood at night. They can just be horrible. And Fenton is a hit and miss thing. Also, I've also noticed the orders out of Fenton. Some of them are just ridiculous. A lot of talk on social media about base pay. Our base pay in St. Louis for curbside orders is really low. Sometimes as low as $5. So some people say it was $9, and then it went down to $7. Yeah, $7 is good here, base pay. Now what we get a lot of is extra effort pay. So it's not really tips; it's extra effort pay. But then sometimes we don't even get that. I remember a delivery that I took recently that paid two separate orders, paid $11 in base pay, and then $14 in tips. So our base pay isn't high here. Now shopping orders, they have gone from $19 in some instances to $14.50. It's just the way it is. It's just it. You can cry and complain and all that, or that if an order pops up and you don't want to do it, guess what? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do orders that don't make sense to you. I know that's a real simple tip, but I don't know how many times I talk to people and they're complaining about a delivery they're doing, and I just feel like saying, well, why'd you do it? Don't do it. Depending on the miles and stuff, I will compromise sometimes. If it's 1 or 2 miles and it pays $13, $14, $15, I'll do that. Knock it out like that. Get 2 or 3 of them done just like that. Here's what I really like to do. Like if I get pushed to either Shrewsbury or Maplewood, they're towards the city, so you almost got to drive back by either one of the stores if you do a delivery from either one of those stores. They usually push into the city, and you got to drive by that way. I try to double up, and sometimes in that situation, I'll compromise based on a few little things. Number one, the miles is number one. 2.7 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, something like that. Especially anything under 4 miles, I will take a long look at it. And then items is real important, guys. I've seen a lot of bigger item deliveries. Now, some of that is fake news, because they're counting bags now and stuff like that. So I don't know what that's all about. Somebody says they're going to start charging for bags. Whatever. You just don't do deliveries you don't want to do. Sometimes I'll take a little cheaper shopping order just because I know I'm not going to have to wait at curbside. This guy needs some exercise anyway, so I'll take a little cheaper shopping order versus a little bit more expensive curbside because of one reason. I don't have to deal with checking in. I don't have to deal with if they're busy, if they're short-staffed, if they're goofing off, if they don't have enough shoppers, all that stuff. I control the whole process, and I like that. Plus, it's one delivery most of the time compared to 2. So I like that a lot. But if you want to keep moving during at night, watch how big the orders are. If they say getting ready, might want to give that one back. I'm a big believer in that. So you kind of figure out which stores are bad in the getting ready category. Like Kirkwood here, just horrible. Telegraph, just horrible. I wouldn't really trust them. But really, honestly, the Manchester Road's usually okay. If you get it getting ready, they'll usually get it ready pretty soon after. There's another store, Maplewood's not that bad. Other than I ended up delivering 2 orders to really bad neighborhoods this weekend. Other than that, I had a lot of good experiences with the Maplewood store here in St. Louis this weekend. So, which was a little bit surprising. So, keep your head up. As far as the schedule, rest of the week, let's talk about that. It matters what the incentives are. Right now, they haven't put out any for tomorrow or Friday. So it's very possible I won't work tomorrow or Friday. And then hope for the weekend. I'm definitely going to work Saturday. One thing, that I got going for me this week is that I've already got $343 in my deposit. So, if I even say I make $500 on just working Saturday, I'd make $800. If the incentive is good enough, I'll work Saturday and Sunday, and then I might take both Friday and Monday off. If the incentives are good, I'll work. If they're not, I might not. It can't be like that every week, but I've been doing really well. I can use the rest. I'm going to rest tonight, and then we'll go from there. I gotta go back to this place. I only got a few more hours left though, and knock this out, and then I'm just gonna go home. Man, the temperature is really, really nice here right now, and it's not looking a lot like rain, so I may even get some fishing in today.